let's talk about this young boy. Let's talk about this young boy reading this book. And I think when it is bad when you got kids having to speak about this matter, having to read books to talk about the level of confusion and corruption going on in our public school system. Let's take a listen to him because he says it best. This is coming from Black Conservative, by the way. Let's take a listen to this.
I'm going to get into it.
I'm a sixth grader. I was in the library, and this book was on a stand. I'd like to read you a page. My back over my hips as I asked if we should take our clothes off. And he's saying yes before I finish my sentence. He's pulling off my t-shirt, laughing when I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a condom. We're kissing. Again, we're rolling over. Obviously, you can see where this is going. I don't know if it's because we're feeling especially emotional or just tired, or these past couple of weeks have been too much. But this reminds me so much of the first time we had sex. We were both fucking terrified, and the whole thing was kind of terrible because we didn't know what we were doing. But it was good too, so good, because we were a mess of emotions, and we were scared and excited, and everything felt new. So this sort of feels like that. Nick touches me like he's scared at that any minute. Now, this book was at my middle school, and it was on a stand. When I rented it out to show my dad it, the librarian asked if I wanted more and if I wanted a graphic novel version.
I need a minute. Wow. Lord have mercy. You know, this is pathetic that we even have to speak about this because no kids should even have to come up to even say stuff like this. The fact they have to even say it and speak about it, it shows you how ridiculous, how bad, how immoral, how corrupt, how much of that sexuality, sensuality, carnality, lower base, lustful passion, how this stuff has totally crept in our culture. And here we are. We have to allow sixth grade to tell us the level of wickedness that's been going on in these public schools. This is why we take our families out of the... Not only did we left the city, we left these inner cities and where the wickedness is happening. We take our families away from the public school. If you can afford it, friends, you should. The Bible tells us all our children shall be taught of the Lord. I'll say it over and over again. Friends, you need to think about this, pray about this. And if you cannot afford it, try to find another means of income. Sometime pray. Let God do something. Take your children away from these wicked people. Okay? Because by the time you get them back from them, they are twisted. I'm gonna tell you something. This is confession here. I'm confessing, okay? And this is fact. Let me turn the music down because I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was 9 years old in Haiti, I went underneath my uncle's mattress and I picked up a magazine and I saw some women doing some things on that magazine as a 9-year-old boy. After seeing that, my entire perception of sex corrupted. I ended up struggling, and this is confession, good for the soul. I ended up struggling with pornography and masturbation for well over 20 years of my life after seeing that. Did you hear what I said? And most men who struggles with that, before you start calling them a pervert and so on, let me tell you something. They were indoctrinated falsely. Most men were exposed at a young age. And that stuff is no joke. All right? That lower base passion, when you lose control of that ability to control your sexuality because of what you've seen in a magazine or you've read in a book, that stuff is no joke, my friend. And if you're struggling with that, by the grace of Jesus, overcome, pray, fast. I'm telling you, I'm saying, praise the Lord. Today, I can say I have the victory. Even early in my Christian life, I was wrestling with this stuff. It was a fight. Listen, I'm not talking about a little fight, but David and Goliath fight, weeping and crying to keep the passion under control because of a magazine that I saw when I was 9 years old. I'm telling you, I'm being honest with you. Kids who are exposed to this stuff, we may think it's no big deal. Boy, you have no idea how the mind responds to this stuff and the level of brain cell that are being twisted and corrupted. It will take years to heal from that. I'm telling you, this is not something you should play with, laugh at, because when children are exposed to this stuff, these are the same children with all kind of mental health issues. And I've also done a really good study. There is a link, a psychological link between sexuality and violence. It's good to study that. Even study serial killers, their pattern. You will notice this pattern. Whenever your sexuality is perverted, oftentimes the next thing in line is violent behaviors. It's been proven. Okay, so it's not just about carnality and sexuality and homosexuality, in all kind of pedophilia. That's bad in and of itself. But what tends to follow from that is that a percentage of these kids will turn out to either be suicidal, homicidal, criminals, and also serial killers. These are where they come from. I'll stop preaching. Let's move on. You get the point. All right, friends. Let's talk about Bryson Gray. How about we do a little singing here, a little song. Let's bring some joy back into the room because it gets really crazy when we think about some of this stuff. Before we do that, how about I'm going to put a smile on your face, okay? I know I just dropped the bomb on you here about my confession, and I found this to be a good thing to do because somebody else might be struggling with this. I'm letting you know, you're not alone, buddy. I've been there, done that. I've gone through some stuff as well, so welcome to the party.